All right, good morning, Facebook family. This is your superintendent, Dr. Sims, and we are in the middle. What's today, Thursday? We are almost done with our attendance awareness week. I know you're wondering, why am I wearing a baseball cap? All right, today is Think Tank Thursday. I know some of you will watch, or most of you will watch this well after the time that we broadcast. But I want to just take some time to do some think tanking with you and with others as it relates to all things attendance. So we want to kill every barrier, like do away with every barrier to attendance and find solutions. I was just in a school yesterday, spent a good deal of time in schools. And as I was in the school, I was like, man, this is a lot that students who are absent are missing. I mean, on a daily basis, there's so much to be missed on a daily basis. So here's what I want to do. I want to do a couple of things. I want to give you the opportunity in the chat to think about solutions and challenges that we're facing. And I'm going to cover some as well and put this out. I just hope everybody just takes time to listen to this, and hopefully it'll bless you, and you can perhaps help us as we try to get past this issue of chronic absenteeism and in general absenteeism on any given day. So let's start. And again, for those who are joining, I have a hat on this morning because it's Think Tank Thursday. Let me do a quick pause. I have on a pink tie and a pink hat. Shout out to all of our breast cancer survivors. We love you. We honor you. And we just thank the good Lord for sustaining you during what I know was a difficult time. You are truly heroic in my eyes, and we want to take time to honor you during this month. All right, so listen, let's cover some barriers first. And good morning, Ms. Boyd. I see you there. Appreciate all your support. Let's talk about some barriers to getting to school. So we know transportation issues can definitely be a barrier. Health problems, chronic illnesses, mental health struggles, lack of access to health care. And as y'all know, one of our sweet babies, Grace, she's in the hospital right now. She's not able to come to school at all. And we know there are other students who might be in that same boat. Housing instability, poverty. We know that can definitely be a challenge. Then there's the issue of aversion to school. When I say aversion to school, those things that may cause a student to not want to come to school. That can include bullying or safety concerns. And we know how important it is for us to promote safe environments. Academic struggles. We know some students may have experiences of embarrassment. And I see some people joining us. I'm just going through some of the barriers to getting to school right now. And I have my hat on because it's Think Tank Thursday. We want to just I want to just do a live think tank with everybody because I think about this thing all the time. Another is unmet needs. That people might feel like school isn't designed for them. And that's why it's important for us to be on the same page. Let me take a quick commercial break. If you have challenges or issues, I think it's so important that you articulate those challenges and issues and give us the opportunity to work with you to resolve those issues so that our children can feel like school is a place where they belong. Let's talk about disengagement as a challenge. Lack of connection can be a barrier to coming to school. Irrelevance of the curriculum. Feeling like what we're teaching is just not relevant. Low expectations. Some students may feel like there's a level of low expectations. So I want to cover this on both sides. So if anybody wants to start throwing blame, don't do that. I'm doing it myself. And we're going to talk about this thing completely because it's a dual responsibility. One is getting a child to school, and two is on us making sure that when they come to school, they feel like it's a valuable experience. Let me say that because we want to work together in that space. But I need for you to do your part as I press this organization to do its part. And when you and I get on the same page, it's a game changer all day long. Let's keep talking. All right. So, well, let me stop right there. So let's talk about some potential solutions. So as we think about barriers to getting to school, when we think about transportation, health, family responsibilities. Oh, I didn't cover that one. Family responsibilities is another challenge to getting to school. And specifically what we mean is if perhaps you have more than one child and there are child care challenges. We've seen the situation where the older siblings are tasked with taking care of the younger siblings, which translates to not coming to school. Now, I'm calling all these things out because we have to stay on top of this, and I'm going to keep attendance as a top priority for all of us. Now, let's talk about some solutions. Of course, we have our buses. Our buses are a major way for people to get to school. I'm charging all of you, use our transportation system in order to get your child to and from school. We have school-based health clinics. We have nurses in many of our schools. And I know that helps out for those of you who have limited access to health care. And we want to continue to build upon that with our great relationships with people like Atrium Health Navicent, with Piedmont right here in the city. They are fantastic healthcare providers who work closely with the school in that space. We have our after-school programs. For those of you who have signed up, we know that this helps out a great deal as it relates to getting your child to and from school. And then, of course, connecting you with housing and social services through our school social workers is very important. Parents, if you have a challenge, let us know. We are tremendously resourced with what we have within the school district and the connection that we have with individuals throughout this community and beyond. We talked about disengagement. We, mentoring and advisory systems. We have those in place. We want to continue to build upon the mentorship base that we have for our students and to ensure that they have trusted adults when they come to our buildings. Culturally relevant curriculum. One of the things we want to always push our teachers to do is to find those texts and that information that can be culturally relevant so that students see themselves in the texts and see themselves in the work that's being given to them. We celebrate good attendance all the time. And one of the things we're pushing ourselves to do now is to do weekly celebrations, monthly celebrations, and sometimes daily celebrations of attendance. And what's next in our line of fire is to do things that incentivize families. So look forward to opportunities for you to be incentivized as it relates to prizes and other things I think are going to help to ease the load in that space. Frequent and positive communication with parents. I'm going to make sure that all of us continue to communicate frequently with you. And all I ask you to do is something very simple. Please make sure that your contact information is correct so that you and I can communicate completely. What is it? Not DND. I forget what it's called when you ignore a call. Whatever it is, don't ignore our phone calls, y'all. I know we may work your nerves sometimes, but all I know is that we have your children and you have our children, and we have to communicate all the time. And keeping an open line of communication is critical. And with that said, I want to do this because, here's another one. So tutoring services, that's very important as well. And as I think about tutoring, I want to remind you for our grades 3 through 12, we have devices for all of our students. There are so many opportunities for you to make sure your child is engaging at home, bringing that device home so that they can be totally and fully engaged in the learning process, not just at school, but when they get home and then coming back to school. That is how we create great individuals, and we need your help in that space. Now, I know I have not covered all of the barriers, but I want everybody to just think about, like, what is a barrier to attendance and what are possible ways that we can get all of our people to get into school. I need you to put on your thinking caps like I'm doing right now. And let's really think through a couple of things. Number one, how can we get our students to school every single day? And number two, how can we deal with the barriers, communicate those barriers so that we can get the support that we truly need? I will continue to say until my final day in this district, we're going to do everything that we possibly can to be open to address any challenges that you bring to us. And more than anything, we are going to stand in the gap to love on and care for not only you, but your students and everything that is about you, because we want everybody. I want everybody to win. This is not a competition. Like, we're in the same game, and it's so important that we all win. So join me, if you will, in putting on your think tanks so that we can all just get everything in place. I see something in the chat. When you talk about housing needs, is it possible to put a step-by-step who, what, why, and where to get help? I don't have my glasses on. I see Tiffany. I can't read the last part because I'm almost, my eyes are challenging me. But at any rate, I hear you loud and clear. Let us work in that space. And if anybody else has anything helpful to put inside the chat, don't take stabs. I'm so tired of that, because we're on the same team. It's almost like a mother and a father not being on the same page with the same child that they care for. It makes no sense. It is an effort and futility. So thank you, Miss Tiffany, for that. We want to make sure we connect you with those services as we come available. So do me a favor. I'm going to take you up on that question, and we'll make sure that if there's anything that we can get in this chat that'll be helpful or guide you to the right resources, we'll make sure that we do that. We know that is a challenge, and again, we've been blessed to get connected with a lot of resources. So I just want to spend a little time with y'all this morning, with all due respect, just to try to continue to tackle this issue of attendance. And I'll end where I started. It just hurts my heart to go into a building. And I think about what I see students doing, and the fact that students miss that on any one day. It's not productive. So whatever we need to do to get our children to school, I'm asking you to join me in finding those solutions, and let's make it happen. Now, while I have you, just a quick reminder: we have our fall break next week. We do hope that you still take time to engage your student in something academic to keep them fresh. We want them to take a break. That's very important. But I think it's still just good time to refresh themselves in that space. And with that said, I'll close on this note. I think about my gym life. I go to the gym most mornings, about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I get in there and get a good workout in. The days I miss the gym are because of two things. It's because I didn't get a good night's sleep, and I get up and I stay in the bed one more hour, an hour and a half, or two, I have done a poor job in preparing to get to the gym the night before. With that said, I'm going to ask everybody to take some time to think about your preparation practices and think about your child's sleep habits, because those are two critical things. If we can get those in the same space, we're going to be in a magical space. So join me in that space. Yes, attendance is vital, and everything that we can do to get all of our students to school, that's all I'm after. All right, that's all I have. I love y'all so much. Let's have a fantastic day, and let's continue to enjoy everything that we're doing during this Attendance Awareness Week. Tomorrow is I forget the name of it, but we're all wearing camouflage. So we're going to war on attendance to get all of our students to school. So get your child's camo. Let's get to school. I know it's Friday coming up, but Friday is Friday, just as important as any other day. Let's get to school, and let's reap the benefits. Y'all have a great day. Blessings.